Okay, let's do this. And here we are. It's time to do a show. Hi, it's me. Now, I apologize for the issues. We shouldn't be having any issues as far as the podcast. Been doing it for a while, but unfortunately having some problems. Welcome. Can you hear me okay? Greg, can you hear me okay? I saw there we go. Okay, I'm on. You can hear me. Okay, so let me just kill the volume over here so I don't hear myself. Okay. Yes, you can hear me. I'm not sure that's real pleasant for you, but it's pleasant for me, and I got to do my show. So, here, let's talk a little bit about what happened on Capitol Hill today, and then start this thing on. Today we had the deliverance of the articles of impeachment to the Senate, and it's a very solemn day, apparently, and this is honestly... We just had the Oscar nominations. We should have some new ones for just political melodrama and absolute crap. All right? The Democrat Party is a friggin' joke. There's no evidence to support impeaching this president. This is purely political, and if you don't understand that is nakedly obvious, you are effing blinded by politics, and if a Democrat comes into office, we'll do the same damn thing to you. This president, and I'm just sorry, I got to breathe, has been told by Democrats that Democrats have been saying he should be impeached from days after he was elected. He has never had the chance to govern this country with the support of both parties at any juncture, including the killing of a damned stinking terrorist, one of the worst terrorists in the world, General Soleimani, 2 weeks ago. He has never had the chance to govern. He has had to govern against Democrats trying to take him down, and yet he's managed to get hundreds of things done. Lowest unemployment rate for blacks in recorded history. Same for Hispanics. Most women in the workforce. Lowest unemployment in the last 50 years. I could go on and on. China trade deal. Mexico trade deal. Got us out of that stupid Paris Climate Accord. Got Kim Jong-un to stop firing his little missiles off. Again, on and on and on. But he's never had the chance to govern the country with any assistance from the opposition party. And that, to me, is just plain sad and pathetic. And it's been that way since day one. And now it's culminating in a kangaroo court. Oh, it's just so frustrating. But today it was another day that the Democrats smelled blood in the water. Oh, first it was Donald Trump with an illegally recorded conversation with Billy Bush on a campaign bus. Oh, it was over for Donald Trump. It was over. And then it was Russian collusion, and there never was any Russian collusion. It was a distraction from Hillary Clinton's collusion with Russia and Uranium One. And now we know Joe Biden and Ukraine and his son. And the real Russian collusion, which was Hillary Clinton paying for a disgraceful dossier that was not true to get FISA warrants to spy on the Trump campaign, blah, 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 blah. It's all been a big distraction, but the media smells blood in the water. And today, because some dimwit who had his picture taken with the president has suddenly come out of nowhere and said some things that are completely unsubstantiated, the media is going absolutely crazy. Listen to the media's bat crap crazy reaction to today. And listen, I want you to pay attention to the acting here. Hello, Eric and Lori and Marty. I want you to listen to the acting here because we just had the nominations for the Oscars come out. I want you to compare this to what you saw on the silver screen in the last year. This moment is here is the media history going batshit crazy.
People are going to be studying this for a long time.
Just the ceremony of it, walking over, delivering the articles of impeachment.
The House clerk right now appears to still be holding on to the articles of impeachment from what we can tell from the cameras right there.
Through the rotunda, through Statuary Hall, back to the House of Representatives.
And just thinking about the history that they're walking through.
This is history.
Oh, please. This is dummied up fake history. This is a joke.
This is history unfolding.
There's a sacramental quality to this.
Oh, this is where Chris Matthews gets nuts. All right, Chris Matthews gets nuts. Listen to this.
There's a ritual.
I'm so glad Chris used the word ritual because that's the word that has been stuck in my head about this all day today. There is something almost religious to it.
And there's nothing religious to it. There's nothing religious to it unless your religion is government in the Democrat Party.
Pelosi's a real believer in this, about ritual.
She said he's been impeached forever. They can never erase that. And
there's,
we know that's
there's
something.
a sacramental statement.
Yes.
For life, like a priest for life.
Like a priest for life. Wow. Chris Matthews, I mean, up your meds or just commit yourself.
Perfect statement of what she is. I think she's very reverential.
A lot of members.
It's not reverential at all, and I'll get to that in just a second. With the signing of the impeachment charges, wait till you see what she did with the pen.
Felt, and they told me as they were waiting that this was an historic moment they didn't want to miss.
One of the things these senators are going to have to think about is what do they want us to think about when we look at their portrait,
and some of them might think there will be actual statues that we will someday walk by.
Dear God, I hope there is no Nancy effing Pelosi statue. I certainly hope there is no all of these buffoons. Can you imagine a statue of Jerry Nadler? How heavy that would be? I mean, how much granite would that take up?
The building is filled with statues to remind us of people who are the great people before us. I think
these aren't the great people before. The ones right now, they're walking by the statues of the great people, but they aren't great.
There's something about this sort of the excommunication aspect of this thing.
Here he goes with his Catholic references again.
In the French Revolution, did the guy getting his head taken off hear the drum roll? Why is there a drum roll? Why is there so much ritual in life?
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Patrick, thanks for joining. Doug, thanks for joining. Does everything sound okay? Are you enjoying the show so far? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some love. Will you? All right. So that's the media's treatment of this today. The deliverance of a completely political impeachment sent to the Senate on party lines. One Democrat jumped the ship. So it's exactly what the founders did not want impeachment to be. Because what it does is it upsets the balance of power and it usurps the will of the American people. That because a party so despised a candidate and so rejected the loss of their candidate, that they immediately began proceedings to remove the man from office is absolutely despicable, unacceptable, historic, and should terrify most. Here's some more best acting. This is Senator Richard Blumenthal talking about the charges before Donald Trump. I want you to listen to this. This is some fine acting here, folks. Listen to this.
I thought that Senator Schumer captured well the extraordinary drama of this moment.
Oh, it gets better.
I was struck by the deep, steep sense of solemnity.
I mean, this is like an ensemble cast. This is an ensemble cast of Oscar-nominated actors.
And there was a knot in my stomach when the Chief Justice came into the chamber.
Hold on, we got to hear that again.
And there was a knot in my stomach when the Chief Justice came into the chamber and then pronounced the name Donald John Trump.
Wow, that is wow. The deep the deep feeling in the pit of your stomach. Was it the same feeling you had in the pit of your stomach last night when you went out and partied on Capitol Hill because you knew this today was going to happen? Like Democrats did before they voted on the articles of impeachment in the House. They were all out partying at the best steakhouses in Washington, D.C. This is honestly, wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There was seriously a knot in my stomach when he said Donald John Trump. Does anybody believe this? 67% of American voters say the impeachment is a waste of time. I just read that today. Just said that today. Oh, and then it got better. Because when they were signing the articles of impeachment to proceed into the Senate, Nancy Pelosi decided that she would use commemorative pins. She would hand out pins. Here she is. And this is a very solemn moment. Normally it's a a simple procedure where you just sign a piece of paper and it moves on. This was anything but solemn. This was an opportunity for Nancy Pelosi to grandstand, and I just want to watch how she reacts as she signs her name with a bunch of different pens, including one just used to dot the I in Pelosi. Watch this. I hate to do this, but it's for the good of the country and the Constitution. That's what she says. There's one pin. There's another pin. There's another pin. This should all be just one pin, but she chose to use a dozen pins and then hand them out as souvenirs. How solemn. There's another pin. Watch this. Maybe they just ran out of ink that quickly. I don't know. Do cameras really have to make that noise anymore? They don't even use film. This is tedious. Almost there. Honestly. Okay, enough with Nancy Pelosi and her pen. Even CNN questioned the signing this way.
That's right. And this is ceremonial. The one thing I will say, and as we were watching it, we are used to seeing signing ceremonies, handing out pens at moments of celebration, when a president is signing legislation, when even sometimes, in a rare occasion, but it has happened, when the House sends over a landmark piece of legislation.
That is when that's supposed to be used. If this is indeed a solemn, historical event that requires a deep thought and prayer, why would you do what they do when they sign historical legislation, whether that be the Civil Rights Act of 1968, whether that be whatever?
It was unusual to see that kind of ceremony and making, handing out the pens and smiling for a picture.
Smiling for the picture, yeah, in this solemn event that is historical in nature and something we absolutely dreaded doing.
In this kind of situation where the House Speaker has bent over backwards to say publicly and privately, this is somber, this is not a time for a celebration. Understandable, this is history, and the people who are involved want to mark the moment.
They want to mark the moment and get their moment in history on film.
I didn't expect to see that.
Yeah, I thought that was a little jarring and certainly, I think, off message.
Well, yeah, and the reason why it was because it exposed their true feelings, and that's why CNN finds it so uncomfortable, because even these dimwits figured it out.
Because you heard Nancy Pelosi there say, in fact, that this was a sad and tragic day, and then there she is holding up the pin and having photographs taken with those pins. So yeah, I think it was a little off message for someone who's
a little off message. That's how they're described. It's a little off message. No. It just exposes what's beneath them.
This at a very serious tone.
And I don't think there's anything beneath them, to be quite honest. I don't think there's anything beneath them.
Is posing for photographs with a pen, so probably not the most.
Committee chairman and the House managers, they'll have those pens for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. In the end, they are politicians, and in the end, Nancy Pelosi knows her caucus.
Blah, 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 blah. Here's Mitch McConnell talking about the pen signing and the somber event and pointing out the obvious.
House Democrats said over and over that they recognize the gravity and the seriousness of this action.
Sure.
And, of course, they had only come to it reluctantly. Well, nothing says seriousness and sobriety like handing out souvenirs.
Yes.
As though this were a happy bill signing instead of the gravest process in our Constitution. This final display neatly distilled the House's entire partisan process
into
one perfect visual.
That's exactly what I was just saying.
It was transparently partisan performance from beginning to end. That's why they sped through a slapdash inquiry in 12 weeks when previous presidential impeachments came after months, if not years, of investigations.
Yep, pretty much. Got some other stuff to get to in just a moment, including. Did you see the little dust up between Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren after the debate on Wednesday night, the Democrat debate? It's what everybody's talking about. Dylan Parentis, what's up, my brother? How are you, my fellow podcaster, my sensei, if you will? And also, the writer for Bernie Sanders' hotel stays, going to share that. There's a lot of good stuff coming up. Not just political stuff. But I do want to mention a product that I absolutely love. It's called Dots Pretzels. Dots Pretzels. Where is it? Right there. Dots Pretzels. I was actually talking to somebody today, and they saw my podcast and the Dots Pretzels logo, and they said, are those Dots Pretzels? I said, yeah. He goes, oh my God, I love those pretzels. They're amazing pretzels, guys. They're made in North Dakota originally. Now they got a plant here near Olathe, Kansas, and they've also got one near Phoenix, Arizona. And they're taking the country by storm. They're absolutely incredible. The best pretzels ever. They are the best pretzels. When was the last time you got excited about a pretzel? Okay, when was the last time you got excited about a pretzel? You pretzels are they're pretzels. They're dry. Used to be when you were on a diet, you ate pretzels. Now they're not keto friendly, but they're yawn, meh. Okay, these are pretzels. You want to have them in the house. Once you start, you can't stop. They're buttery. They're oniony. They're just amazing. And again, I say, if you were at my house and I saw you try to dip one in some mustard or another condiment, I'd smack it out of your hand, pick it up off the floor, and eat it. And then take the rest of the pretzels away from you because you don't put stuff on them. And I'm a condiment guy. Dots Pretzels, dotspretzels.com, DOTS pretzels.com to order them online. Or if you just look for them in stores or ask about them. Or even look on dotspretzels.com where they are. But they are just ridiculously awesome. I love them. Dotspretzels.com. Dylan, I hope you're doing well, my brother. Thank you for joining me. Let's see some of the comments here. Marty said Pelosi withheld the article so the pins could be ordered and delivered. Yeah, nice. I know. Maureen Martin, hello. How's John doing? My brother from another mother, one of the most talented guys I've ever known in my life. Kim Cunningham, also welcome. So, did you see the dust up after the debate the other night? Elizabeth Warren approached Bernie Sanders because one of the things was she said that he told her in 2018 that a woman could not beat Donald Trump in the next election in 2020. And Bernie on stage said, no, that's not true. And she goes up to him and says, you call me a liar on national television. Get that in just 1 second here. First of all, if in fact Donald Trump, dear God, if in fact Bernie Sanders said that a woman could not beat Donald Trump, irregardless, or if a woman could not be elected either one, and I had originally heard a woman could not be elected either one, that shows an immense disdain for the country, and that a woman could not defeat Donald Trump is ridiculous if on the face of it, if she's a Democrat, because any Democrat's going to get their ass handed to them by Donald Trump in 2020 for a variety of reasons. I just mentioned them as far as the economy is concerned. But that he may have said because of her genitalia, she couldn't beat Donald Trump. That to me is disrespectful of the people of this country. It shouldn't matter whether you're a man, woman, whatever. If you believe that someone could beat Donald Trump, you would have to believe that it's not because of what's between your legs. Okay? But he says that did not happen. And she went up to him after the debate, got caught on a hot microphone saying this.
But it's this moment after the debate that sent serious shockwaves as Senator Warren appeared to turn down Senator Sanders' handshake. Now the hot mic audio has been released by CNN. Take a listen.
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
What?
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
Let's not do it right now. You want to have that discussion, we'll have that discussion. You called me. You told me. All right, let's not do it now.
I don't want to get in the middle. I just want to say hi, Bernie.
Yeah, good. Okay.
There's Tom Steyer. Hey, I just want to say hi, Bernie. He's like, yeah, whatever. Tom Steyer, you don't have a chance to win. You're a billionaire. You're a billionaire. You have no chance of winning. So, first of all, if he did call her a liar on national television, he'd be fine because, she lied about her Native American heritage for years, including she submitted a recipe for powwow chow with a recipe that's been in her family because she's a Native American. She used it to gain favor as a minority at it was at Harvard, one of those schools. She said that she was relieved of her teaching position there because she was pregnant. That's a lie. She said that her son went to public school. That's a lie. See, if you called her a liar, then you'd be telling the truth. As far as her saying that he said a woman couldn't beat Donald Trump, that's between the two of them. And if it happened, it happened, and shame on Bernie if he's not willing to admit it, but if she's making it up, whatever. It did remind me of this, though. Let's just watch this. Let's just watch this again here. Let's go to Bernie and Liz, okay, real quick here. And I will go forward in the bit here. Hold on one second. Let me move in a little bit here. Here it comes.
Mic audio has been released by CNN.
Here it is.
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
What?
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
Okay, this kind of reminded me of a similar elderly couple having an argument years ago.
So you're probably playing cards, and he cheated.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
Get back, witch!
I'm not a witch, I'm your wife. But after what you just said, I'm not even sure I want to be that anymore.
That's worth living.
Very similar. Very similar. Let's hear it again. Here we go.
Mutton, lettuce, and tomato
Come
salad.
on.
The mutton is nice and lean, and that.
So you're probably playing cards, and he cheated.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
Get back, witch!
I'm not a
He should have said "get back, witch," but maybe that's not politically correct. I got to move over a little bit. My video's hitting me in the head. Oh, by the way, over here, these are some of the politically incorrect designs that I have on my T-shirt and swag line with Sam Cangelosi. Veganism is an eating disorder. Trump 2020. You can have these put on T-shirts. You can have Hillary in 20 never. T-shirts, mugs. You can have them on mouse pads. Joe Biden, you put this on as a woman. It says Biden in 2020. It's very funny. Very funny. Okay. All of these designs are available to put on hoodies. It's wintertime. You know, you could do a crew neck sweatshirt, whatever. They are available there. Just go to teepublic.com/conservatees. So, Bernie Sanders, 2020 campaign writer for his hotel stays. I mean, wow, the most boring writer available in the history of mankind. This is wow. Okay, you want to hear what he needs? He likes his hotel rooms cold. Does not like slow flushing toilets. Okay. Apparently, this is referred to as a Senate comfort memo. And you know the writer. What would you have put on your writer, Glenn or Dylan? If you had a writer and you were like somebody important, what would you have on your writer? Every place you went, what would you have put on the writer? I'd say Dots pretzels. A little convenient slide out of the old the product there. But what would you? I'm not serious. Actually, I would have Dots pretzels in there. I'd have certainly. For my wife, some nice Chardonnay. Just box Chardonnay would be fine, actually. An assortment of different snacks. M&M's with all the brown ones taken out of them. Remember that? That was a reference to Van Halen years ago. Anyway. Here's some other things. A small junior suite with a door separating the bedroom with an adjoining lounge is ideal. Okay. Should be a king with a down comforter. If the hotel does not use comforters, make sure there's at least one extra blanket inside the closet. thermostat cannot be lowered to 60 degrees. Some hotels have 65-degree temperatures. Then a fan should be replaced in the room to keep it cool. He likes it cold in there. Probably because he's really, really old and his body temperature is about 60. They don't want the room near elevators, ice machines, or other high foot traffic spots. Green tea with honey. When you find mini honey bottles or single honey packs, stock up. English breakfast tea. God, so boring. One healthy low sugar drink per person per day. Wow, that's very generous. We want one Diet Coke per person per day. One small bottle of red Gatorade per person per day. One small bottle of water per person per day. This is what he likes. This is rationing in the Soviet Union. A small can of unsalted cashews, walnuts, and almonds, and some clementines. Toss the room to ensure nothing was left behind. Documents, computers, personal belongings, and shred any documents that are left behind, including, I guess, the writer. That's funny. Man, what a boring guy. Before I go any further, coming up, we've got a chaos as a transgender doll. This is not safe for work. Is causing an outrage. The moment an incredible couple saves a child from kidnappers. That's pretty cool. A Michigan town, because of the legalization of pot, has bought very bizarre odor-sniffing devices to smell the blooming of marijuana plants, which is taking over the city. And a woman strolls naked through an airport. All right, that is coming up. I do want to mention pit barrel cookers here real quick because they're absolutely amazing. This is a pit barrel cooker. Amber and Noah Glanville came up with the pit barrel cooker when he returned from Afghanistan and was greeted by he was in the service, and he was greeted by fellow veterans, and they made him barbecue. And he says, "That's when I knew I was home." And they went home, and they made in their garage originally, and then in the Quonset hut, and then in mass. These incredible cookers, they're called pit barrel cookers. That's a classic there. It's about 18 gallons or so. It's huge. And then there's the mini, the junior you can get as well. But you can make it into a grill. You see the stuff there? You can make it into a grill, or you can hang meats in there. You can use it as a smoker. You can use it as a grill. It's fantastic. Just go to pitbarrelcooker.com. You can get the classic delivered to you for about $300 in your home. And that's going to last you forever. It's going to last you forever. Pitbarrelcooker.com. Pitbarrelcooker.com. And if you don't know how to smoke meats, learn the ways of the smoke. It's important. It's important. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. All right. I got to add something real quick here. Here we go. This is the transgender doll that has got everybody in an uproar, and I don't want you to be offended because there's a little thing between its legs, and I normally don't show this stuff, but it's a doll, okay, so just get over it. So here is this transgender doll. Yeah, there you go. That's classy, isn't it? This transgender doll caused outrage online after it was spotted by a toy shop in Russia. The doll dressed in women's clothes but with male genitalia, and it could be just a little mistake in the pouring of the plastic. But anyway, was seen at Planeta Ushrushek, Planet of Toys, in the Siberian city of Novosibirsk, which is just beautiful this time of year. A photo showed online said, one person said, "Is it okay to produce toys like that for children?" Another one said, "All they have to do is buy a medical toolkit and the kid can learn how to amputate." A third said, "I think it's really terrible what is going on in child's parents' heads. Have you considered that it could simply be a manufacturing defect or they accidentally put a female head on a male body?" One other person said, "All you have to do is cut the doll's hair, change it into a pair of pants." Apparently, it's caused consternation. You know, do dolls have to have genitalia at all? I mean, honestly, you know, the Ken doll and the Barbie doll, and she had formed boobies and he had formed pectorals, but there was nothing down there. There was nothing going on down there. Do we really need that? And, you know, do you know a percentage of people in the country and in the world are transgendered? Really small percent. Okay, so who are you trying to sell dolls to? Okay, and the reason why they make dolls and they advertise them to girls is because they spend billions of dollars researching what girls like, and girls like boys. Well, some girls don't, But girls generally like dolls when they're little. And there are exceptions to the rule. No, that's fine. You can play baseball. You can play with a gun. I don't care. But toy companies don't market dolls to girls because they want girls to buy dolls and not boys. It's because girls want dolls and boys don't want dolls. David Craig, hello. Kevin, hello. I just get so tired of this stuff. It's just ridiculous, to be quite honest. All right. There's a video I want to share with you. If I can grab it here. This is Springfield, Massachusetts. Amanda Disley called a 911 dispatcher. She was in pursuit of a little girl in a blue Honda Civic who apparently had been kidnapped. 24-year-old Miguel Rodriguez earlier in the day kidnapped this little girl. Apparently the word got out about this car to be able to look out for it. It just so happened that Amanda Disley was there, saw this little girl being kept down in the back seat, and she went after him. Here is the video from that. Here we go.
Trying to avoid me. I'm on Homestead Ave. They're pulling by the building, a liquor store. They're trying to lose me. They're trying to ditch me. The kidnappers. There's a kidnapper. Yep. Yep. Right here. Where's that? Yeah, that's the Puerto Rican dude. Yes, that's him. It's him. This is a blue Honda Civic, and they're doing 100 miles an hour right now.
And I tell you what, man, they're heroes. They're heroes, obviously. I mean, I'm stating the obvious. But they kept their eyes open. They saw something, and they said, okay. And they put themselves in harm's way, I'm sure, going 100 miles an hour in downtown Springfield, Massachusetts. But they saved somebody, man. They saved a kid. I think it's pretty amazing stuff. Okay. The downside of legal marijuana. Michigan in 2018, the law cleared the way for homegrown pot for recreational use. Apparently in Bessemer City, things are so bad, and I didn't realize this, that when you're allowed to grow so much pot, and when it blooms in the spring, apparently it just takes over everything, and everybody, it's bad, right? So it's not bad enough when somebody's spleefing up next door to you, with a little bit of, but it really stinks up the place. City Council member Linda Nelson decided to get the City Council to vote on a device that can detect where the pot smell is coming from. Here is the device. It's like one of those things that you put in your ear when you can't hear, and then old people put up, this is for your nose. Lisa Nelson, the city councilman, said you can smell marijuana everywhere. We've got people who can't sit in their backyard because the smell from the neighbors is so bad. The bloom period apparently lasts 6 to 8 weeks. People describe it as a skunk-like odor, and it can be strong. So I guess they need this to go and find it. Apparently, it's possible that some residents of the town might require an air filtration system in their homes. I've never been around that much weed. People have a right to grow marijuana in their house, but everyone needs to be considerate of their neighbors so the odor isn't affecting their enjoyment of the outdoors. There you go. There's the pot sniffer that they are using now. And it's kind of an interesting predicament that we're in, and I'm sure it may be years, but it looks like recreational pot's going to be everywhere. But who knows? Who knows? It was odd for me, guys. I drove from Kansas City to Dallas, and I went through Oklahoma. And Oklahoma there's pot's legal, right? And I'm driving with my daughter, and every other on ramp It said, stop here for edibles, stop here for pot, blah, blah, blah. If my daughter hadn't been in the car with me, I might have stopped and got some gummy bears just to bring back. I'm not a big pot user, but I might want to try one sometime. I am not a pot user, okay, but I thought, I might try an edible. I don't like smoking pot. I'm done with that. I did that a long time ago. But it's interesting. And it's really interesting because they've got airports where you have to get rid of the pot. You have to get rid of whatever pot edible you have in the state. You're going through a state with pot, and you may have some, but you can put it in a bin before you get on the airplane, because once you're in the air, it's a crime. Once you're in the air, it's a crime. Hello, Ryan. Thanks for joining me tonight. You're awesome. I appreciate it. Hey, guys, if you want to write me, by the way, carsonontheradio@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. And I really appreciate your comments on the Facebook page. If you would share the show with other people, that would be great. I'm trying to make a living at this and eventually return to radio as well. So, can I get some emojis, some love? Come on, give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts. I'd love to see it. Before I show you the naked woman in the airport, that's coming up next. Naked woman in an airport. It's not dirty, okay? I'll just say. Woman was arrested after she stripped off her clothes as she strolled through Miami International Airport baggage claim. This happened a couple of nights ago. Here's the footage of this woman who obviously was, I think, had some issues. There we are. Here, yeah. She's singing. Obviously, it works out a little bit, I guess. Normally, naked people, when they're naked in public, you don't want to see those people naked. Not quite naked yet. It gets better. People are like, okay. There she is now. She's on a police car in the lotus position. Completely naked. Wow, she's on the car. There she goes. Yeah, and there she's jumping off the car. And there's a police arresting her. Wow. There's the guys are giving me some emojis now. Anyway, apparently she was booked. Apparently they said she was incoherent and delusional when they approached her. It was January 13th, 11:40 p.m. Miami-Dade Police Department and airport officers were dispatched to take care of her. And they did. Okay. Hey, guys, I want to thank you for joining me tonight. I apologize for the technical difficulties I had earlier. I'm glad it's sounding good now. I want to thank you for joining me. If you, again, get a chance to do this. Go to patreon.com, and look up Rob Carson Show. For $1 a month, $2, $5 a month, you can subscribe and help me pay the bills to keep this thing going before I could actually make a living doing it. All right. So again, thank you so much for watching this today. Share it with others. God bless you. Happy New Year. Remember that 2020, for the first time in our history, 2020 is not hindsight. That's real. So to me, that means let's leave the bad stuff behind and look forward, shall we? That's what I'm living by. I hope you will too. God bless. See you soon.